All right, so what's happening today? What is today, baby?
June 4th, 2019.
It is. That's very good. And?
30 years ago.
30 years.
30.
Did you choke up? Say that. 30 years.
30 years ago.
Have they been good years? You hesitated.
I did. I was thinking of this earlier.
Okay, let's...
No, that's, well, we've had hard times.
We have.
We've had bad times.
We have.
We've had good times.
We have.
We've
That's
had
true.
joyous times.
True.
As far as bad years, I don't think we've ever had bad years. But, like any marriage, we've had our ups and downs. But through it all, I would not wait for you to say yes to me for how many years did I ask you to marry me before you finally
There was a few.
caved?
There was a few. The question is how many times did you ask?
I lost count. I don't have that many fingers.
I don't think it was quite that many. Have you learned, has our marriage taught you anything?
New husbands, this is for you. Agree with your wife.
If you want to be happy.
She is always right.
But you have found this to be true, right?
Yes, I have.
Seriously, though.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I've learned many things in these 30 years.
One thing?
I'll tell you one thing specifically.
Okay, one thing. Okay. Gotcha.
That love is sweeter with Jesus in it.
It is.
It is.
That's when I was thinking earlier. I keep looking out the window at the rain. Sorry.
Quit moving your leg. You're moving the camera.
Either looking out the window at the rain or moving my foot, and even though we've had our good times and bad times and troubled times and this time and that time, but as long as God has always been our center, then we've always came back around. And
Well, that's true, because I don't think that...
because you've said oftentimes, don't always feel like being married.
Well, and I think that's what we've always taught the boys, because we don't always feel like serving God. I mean, that's because we're flesh and human, and sometimes the grass looks greener on the other side when things are tough. I mean, that's when we think of, what about or what if? And if we have a center that is morally right, that is strength, that is values family, that values commitment, that values love, then you get beyond those times. I mean, that's what's gotten us beyond those times.
Yeah. Staying committed to the commitment.
I'm leaving you on the camera by yourself.
Oh!
I just can't get comfortable here.
Even you. Staying committed.
Well, I know one thing's for sure. My joys have been sweeter with having you in my life.
That's sweet.
And my sorrow's easier to bear. Because they've been awfully tough, not having somebody so strong and committed and focused on family and God. I see a lot of, you see a lot of, we both have seen a lot of destruction in the family. And I think that oftentimes it's true that our families, and I'm going to use it personal word, try to keep the camera. Our family is only as strong as we are. You know,
Right.
if we don't exhibit strength or we don't exhibit focus, then it leaves a lot of peril
Well, the
to take
children
place.
will follow, you know, for the most part. Yeah, I was thinking again earlier that you know, a lot of times, well, you are the one that we all come to.
No, I think, I'm your helpmeet. That's what I was created for.
If I can put it this way, you are our rock. You know, you always have time. You do. You always make time. I know it's not always the appropriate time. And sometimes you do say, you know, not right now, but you do always come back around.
I feel like I say that a lot. Not right now.
Well,
Catch me later.
but you always come back around. And you know, you don't give us the fluff and stuff. You tell us things that we need to hear out of love. Yeah, it's not all fluff and stuff. You do tell us what we need to hear out of love.
I try.
You do. And you've made these last 30 years joyful.
How about the last 3? Have I made those joyful?
The last 3. Well, that does. Of course you have.
What do you remember about our marriage day? I won't call it a wedding day because we didn't have a wedding, so to say. What do you remember about our marriage day?
I don't know. One thing I remember is I'm standing in front of the magistrate, stiff as a board, not doing nothing, just standing there, nervous as all get out, and I could watch my tie flopping up in front of my face. I was so nervous.
I watched the tie too.
I don't know. I was too nervous. I don't know what I repeated.
What I remember, besides having a pen because I had me laughing, I could not say my vows with a straight face. I was nervous
Nobody
as
could
well.
see a tie flopping in front of them like that.
What we did was, as Ron pointed out, we went to the magistrate and got married.
Yep.
I in my jeans and Ron in his. Wasn't that sweet?
Yeah.
This was before days of skirts, but we had planned a evening. It was on a Friday. We planned an evening reception with friends and family at our home. And we had that part was really nice. We decorated with red roses and had an old-fashioned ivory-looking cake. Had ivory frosting. It was really
Beautiful.
pretty.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
But in between that time, we had some time to burn because we got married early in the morning.
We did. Yeah.
So he took me garage sailing.
I did.
That was my favorite pastime. And we were going to spend the moments after our wedding garage sailing.
Yep,
that is
we did.
class. I mean,
We
you're
did.
talking. We are a class act.
And after the reception, we went and spent the night in a barn.
Spent the night in the barn. Yeah, class all the way.
And we almost live in one today.
It's true. I don't know that our cabin is that sturdy, though, is it?
Well, probably not.
It's the cabin that love built. That's what
It is.
counts.
It is.
Oh.
Yes, I remember the garage sailing. And I remember having to go to, it was, where we stayed was a bed and breakfast.
It was.
Excuse me.
In a barn.
In a barn. That was cool.
It was.
That was pretty cool. Bear Creek Bed and Breakfast.
Long gone.
Long gone. We got up so early that they weren't serving any breakfast yet, so I had to go to McDonald's and get us our own breakfast.
We were early birds. We wanted coffee.
Coffee.
I remember garage sailing. I picked out. I thought, sometimes in the throes of the garage sale, and you think you're getting a really good deal, and you see something, you think, "Wow, that's a really neat looking thing." And of course, I've always been into antiques ever since I met my husband. It's not to be taken derogatory, because he liked antiques. I was not into antiques at that time. But anyways, this really neat old looking cookie jar. Got that thing home, and I thought, that is awful. That was awful. And to this day, I can't bear to throw it out. I still have it. It's wrapped up in the attic.
Which one is it? I don't remember which one it is.
It's not the one that we have in the cabin.
No,
this had like this. It was like kind of like a honey pot looking thing, except it had rope, ceramic rope all the way around, and then it had like an apple sitting on top with some leaves. But the more you look at the apple, the more it looks like a tomato, and yeah.
Don't let Simeon see it. I want it.
He will. Got 4 beautiful children.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Could have done worse.
No, by far. By far. Can't do any better.
It's true. I agree. I'm biased, but I agree. Anything else you remember? Think about, want to share?
Happy anniversary, baby.
Happy anniversary, baby. It's quiet. We've chased the children off for a minute.
This is weird. I'm out of my element.
Say God bless.
God bless.
God bless.